slightly random question for you this week. When did you last deliberately stop doing something in your business? Rather than when did you start doing something, when did you add something, when did you do more of something? When did you deliberately, actively stop doing something in your business? Because I know we're constantly told you need to do more, you need to offer more, you need to be in more places, you need to talk to more people. But there's a really simple logic that every time you want to start something new or add something new to your business, unless you have got a ton of spare capacity, you're going to have to stop doing something in order to create the capacity to do the new thing. So if you're struggling to find time for new products, new services, new processes, new systems, then a lot of the reason for that is that you're stuck dedicating time to things that actually aren't that effective for you anymore. So think about things like the number of social media platforms that you regularly post on. Are you doing that just for the sake of doing it? Is it activity rather than strategy? Is there somewhere where actually you're spending time on social media, it's not doing anything for you, you don't really enjoy it, you probably already know that you should stop, but it feels risky. It feels like maybe it's just about to start working. Maybe, I'll lose business if I don't do it. But your time, your energy, your effort is finite. You have a limited capacity. So it's really important to think about what's absolutely effective and what is it that generates results versus just doing more and more and more stuff. Maybe it's a client. Maybe you work with some clients who are needy and greedy and just take up too much of your time. Perhaps you know in your heart of hearts that you've got a client or two that actually you really should be moving on from, but you keep resisting. Imagine the beautiful new clients you could start working with if you stopped working with those massive time stealers. Maybe you keep using a process because it's how you've done things for days, months, weeks, years. You're not quite sure why. You're not really sure that it's adding any value. Actually, things take an awful long time and you're not sure that there's a benefit to that. So perhaps sometimes you just need to stop and ask yourself, am I just doing this the way I've always done it? And actually, is that the most effective, impactful way of doing it? Customers, social media, is it offering a product or service that actually doesn't really serve you anymore? Perhaps you've got a product or you've got a service, it very rarely sells, people don't seem to particularly want it anymore, perhaps you don't really love delivering it and actually you're just not sure why it's there anymore. Or you've still got a bit of a straggly service that you keep offering, it's not very profitable, it's not very enjoyable, and actually you'd really love to replace it with something newer and much more fabulous. So that is my one and only question for you this week. When did you last deliberately stop doing something in your business? And if you had to stop doing something right now, what would be the thing that you could cut that would not have an impact other than freeing you up some time and some energy? What could you stop doing right now that would actually help to move your business forwards? If you need help with this, check out my website, taylory.co.uk, and drop me a message.